My name is Jim Morningstar. I'm a clinical psychologist by training, but by avocation, I am a professional breath worker. And I became interested in embodying the work that I do in counseling, and breath work was a natural for this. So I jumped on board right from the beginning of the modern day breathwork movement back in the 1970s when Leonard Orr was experimenting with using breath, in particular, faster than normal breathing on the West Coast of the United States, and finding amazing things that happened when people dedicated themselves to a transcendent experience, but married that with the breath. And the breath then transported them into areas of transpersonal awareness, but also into autobiographical perinatal experiences. People experienced their own birth, and as well, anything that would happen in between them, their birth and the end of their life, was fair game, because breath is like the cosmic cleanser. It will help open up our channels and release whatever is in the way of experiencing full life and vitality. And so, as a psychologist, my dedication was to helping people feel more alive and be more resourceful in their existence. And so I considered it, after I had experienced and gone through the process myself, it would be, quotes, unethical for me not to share breathwork with them. Now, not everyone was called to or wanted to do that, but I would at least had to let them know this was an opportunity. And to my wonderful surprise, most of the people that I felt called to ask felt called to do it, experience it. Some people, it was for them a one-time experience that they got what they needed and they moved on. But for many people, it was a tool that they wanted to continue to use in their life. And I became their breath coach. I was there to assist them to translate this tool into something that they could use on a daily basis. I like to divide breath work into the slower than normal breathing techniques, or the natural breathing, or the faster than normal breathing techniques. And so the slower than normal breathing techniques work with the parasympathetic nervous system in order to bring more calm and harmony into the parasympathetic network in life. And this is what I call maintenance breathing. These are things that I recommend that people do regularly on a daily basis. One of them is coherent breathing. Heart Math is a great place to go and get teachings on that. There's box breathing, and sometimes there's all different numbers. There's a 3, 6, 9 breath. There's, what is all that about? Well, in general, if you have the first number is the higher one, that's more energizing because you're focusing on the inhale, and the latter numbers are higher. That's more relaxing because you're focusing on the exhale. Okay? Natural breathing, Dennis Lewis calls the Tao of breathing, is breathing in which, how to come back to just breathe in a way that's uninhibited, which you're not consciously choosing to speed it up or to slow it down. What you're consciously choosing to do is be in a state of harmony in your life. Okay? Faster than normal breathing, which is what we've all learned and teach, because you can learn a lot of slower than normal breathing techniques in yoga, for example. Yoga has a few faster than normal breathing techniques, but they don't specialize in that. Pranayama is more normal for yoga, and yoga is widespread all over the world. We in conscious connected breathing are specializing in how to safely and consciously use faster than normal breathing. And this works with the sympathetic nervous system, and that is the fight-flight responses that happen when the system is going into overwhelm. And so even a lot of the medical profession is still very afraid of that because they equate it with hyperventilation. We are, if you want to use a term, we're superventilating, we're not hyperventilating. Hyperventilating is blowing out carbon dioxide on the exhale. And we're teaching people not to do that. We're teaching people to breathe faster and relax more as they do it. And so this is what works, again, to get into the right brain where trauma is stored. And that's our specialty in breathwork. And what we're bringing to the world, which is new under the sun, which is something that's different. You know, they say, oh, there's nothing new under the sun. I've never seen an Egyptian hieroglyph where two people are coaching one another to breathe. It's always, there's the master that has the skills and the students down here. So we're bringing the highness, the divinity in every human being to share that with each other. So in the old days, it was always, oh, your highness, yes, your highness, you know, looking to the highness up there rather than the divinity within each one of us. Blessings to all. Adios.